Greetings, this is the Timeshare Traveler. Today is episode 133, which HGVMax to choose in Oahu. So just an overview, I'll go through the resorts with the map, and I'll go through notes, just sort of the general background for all the reviews. Then I've got a summary chart of the different room sizes, how much it costs per night based on maintenance, and sort of general notes. Um, and then I've got Oahu rentals from Red Week, just to look at the rentals, what they are for the different properties, and you can sort of compare that to the summary chart. And then I'll go through in resort details. The ones I'm reviewing are the um, uh, Grand Waikikian on Oahu, the Hokalani in Waikiki, Kalia Suites, Lagoon Tower, Grand Islander, and the Modern. So I've stayed at all but the Lagoon Tower and Kalia Suites, but I visited with them. So I'll have reviews for all of them. I won't haven't quite published the Modern yet. That'll be later this week, but I'll put a link and update that. So anyway, before I go into that detail, let me tell you a little bit about my channel, and then I'll be back to go into the details. Hang in there. Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of my channel is to educate those who love traveling in timeshares. I've been an owner for 15 plus years at timeshare ownership. I have elite ownership with Marriott, Hilton, and WorldMark. I have published over 100 timeshare video reviews, and I've published over 95 timeshare tips. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, at Twitter, Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com. And I'm back, and as you can see, I've got the map laid out here, and what you basically have is the Modern is the one furthest that way on the map, and then you've got the you can see draw the arrows if you stop and zoom in on it. You can then the Hokalani is the one to the I think that's it looks to be the southeast of that, and then clustered together are the Lagoon Tower, Kalia Suites, Waikikian, and the Grand Islander. Those four are all clustered together. So there you have the map. Let me tell you a little bit about the details before I show the summary chart. Now let's talk about my notes, just sort of keep the context. I'm not including in the comparison any of the penthouses at the Grand Islander or Grand Waikiki, and I typically don't spend that level of points for something, but you can look at those online. So I'm more looking at the buildings. The top upper floors are the penthouses for both those resorts. And all the reviews I've done are the one bedroom for Hilton Grand Vacations, the Hilton Vacation Club, which is the Modern, is a studio. The nightly rates are calculated taking the points. Maintenance per point divided by 7 in the case of Hilton at 13.7 cents per point. So that's how I calculate that. And the criteria, I'm going through the room size and cost per night, and that's only on the comparison chart. Then I talk about the swimming pools, how close is it to the ocean, availability, and other amenities. And I'll go through that one by one once I go through the summary. All right, let's jump right into that summary slide. Okay, here's my eye chart. But the Grand Waikikian, you can see it's the rooms are relatively large. I really like that place. I only stayed in the one bedroom, but you can see at the low season it's $160 a night and goes up to $227 a night. But it's a good 836 square feet, so it's a good compromise. It's kind of one of the four clusters in the Hawaiian Village, and then you've got the Hokalani, which is actually closer to it's very much closer to the Waikiki main shopping and restaurant district. So if you can walk to the beach, it's a quarter mile, but in general, it's more close to that sort of the nightlife, if you want to call it that, or the restaurants. And that's a little bit less than the Grand Waikikian at 132, coming in at 194, but it's only a one bedroom that's all that's available. So if you need a two bedroom, this is probably not a good choice for you, or you do two of them. Moving on to the Kalia Suites, and that's one of the four that are lumped together at the Hilton Grand Vacation, kind of the Hawaiian Village area. It's kind of like a little island into itself, self-enclosed. But there you have an option of the studio and the one bedroom. And if you want to do the bare minimum, sort of almost a hotel, you can do it $50 a night in off-peak, or $69 during the peak season. And the one bedroom is, again, it's pretty cost-effective, $106. That's the one I stayed in. I think I'm actually the more the 150, but it's 785 square feet, so it's a good size. Not quite as big as the Grand Waikiki, but it's quite a bit cheaper. So it's actually harder to book. But anyway, just because of the price points difference. Lagoon Tower is similar to the Kalia Suites. It's closer to the ocean. It's right by the lagoon. But you can see the same price for the studio, and the one bedroom is the same, but it offers a two bedroom. And again, this is it's 1,000 square feet, so a little smaller than the Grand Waikiki. But I didn't, what I noticed in Kalia Suites, the difference in size, it wasn't that noticeable. May have been all taken up in the decks. I'm not sure exactly where that was. Then jumping down to the Grand Islander, you only have access to a one bedroom or two bedroom, and I stayed at the one bedroom. The thing here is it's the newest tower, so it's the most up to date things. It's slightly higher than the Grand Waikiki, so you have a chance to be a little bit higher up if that matters to you. The one bedroom is it's priced the same as the Grand Waikiki at the 160/227 for the one bedroom, and the two bedrooms are similar. The rooms are a little bit smaller, but the units are a little bit newer, so it was a little bit nicer in that regard. I believe the Kalia Suites there was a shared laundry on the floor, whereas the Grand Waikiki and the Grand Islander actually had washer and dryers in the unit, if that makes a difference. And then lastly is the Modern, which is the former Diamond Resort. And there they only offer studios, which is really a hotel room. There's not really cooking other than a microwave and a small mini fridge. And then you have the one bedroom. The prices here are quite a bit higher. It's actually nice because the pools, and I'll go through that in detail. The pools are really nice, and you're kind of right on the water. Really, you're right on the marina, which is right close to the water. And there you can see the studios are, they're 132 and 154, which is almost double what you can do the Kalia Suites. But you do have a better pool, I think. But the one bedrooms, again, it's the same ratio, almost double what the one bedrooms are at the sort of other complexes. But there you have it. That's kind of the summary overall. So now I'm going to go through the rentals just on Red Week, and then I'll jump into each one of the units one by one. The rentals, and I'm looking at Red Week just to give you a flavor from a rental if you wanted to do that. And again, I was looking at the one bedrooms, so I scrolled down a little bit. This is the Grand Waikiki, and a one bedroom can be $300. There's $500 depending on the week and so forth. It's just a relative comparison when you look at the chart I have for what it costs in maintenance fees, just to give you a sense. So I go to Red Week, just go to Hokulani, which there are no rentals, but you can buy the timeshares if you want to buy them on a resale. So that's sort of interesting. It probably says this is more difficult to get. Kalia Suites, which is another one that I'm talking about. I'm just going through them. Here's the one bedroom that I have the review of, and it's about $320 a night. And again, you can compare that. That's the Mountain View, the one I had. Again, it's only a select set of weeks, but here's some in August and New Year's Eve if you want to spend it in. You can get the one bedroom, but that's pretty expensive there, $643. But anyway, that's another example. And while I'm at it, let's go to the Lagoon Tower. And here you can see there's just a two bedroom. Looks like all the other one bedrooms have been rented. Here's a one bedroom, but it's out in April, and it's a little more expensive, $370 a night. So there, just again giving you a quick idea what it's like. And then Grand Islander. Here's the one bedroom. April seems to be the month, and this is actually only for 3 nights, but $433 a night. If you want it for 7 nights out in June, which is the 4th of July, that's a 2-bedroom unit. That's quite a bit more at almost $550. And there you have some others you can see. And again, I also, before I decide what I'm going to do, I often look here just to get a sense of what it's worth in the open market. And then the last one is the Modern Honolulu, and there's only really the studio available right now, and actually it's next week, or maybe it's this week, starting today actually. So it's only available studio, and it's $286 a night, which is fairly high, but not ridiculous. Anyway, I hope that helps. I just wanted to give you an idea of what the rentals were in the Hilton Grand Vacation properties on Oahu. Now, first up is the Hilton Grand Vacation Club Grand Waikiki. Great mountain views at night. In the review, I actually show those. You can get units with ocean view, and there are the penthouses, although I'm not going into detail of what those cost. The swimming pools, there's the 4 pools that are generically available, and there's no specific pool to the Waikiki. It's close to the ocean, short walk to the ocean, maybe, I don't know, 1/8 of a mile, not very far, and even closer to the lagoon. It's it's difficult during the high peak seasons, but it was not easy. It was not hard, and even then there were discounts, 25% off when I booked this one in the end of January, early February time frame. The food and shopping close by a Target, which is within 7/10 of a mile. I consider that walking, but maybe that's driving for you. There's simple groceries. Actually, the Grand Waikiki has a nice in the lobby itself. I think it's the first floor. There's a Kalia mini sort of grocery store. It's not really a grocery store. It's more a convenience store. The fitness center is located in the Kalia Tower, and parking is paid for. I looked at the Hokalani. I actually went into the lobby. I didn't book that. It was kind of interesting because it's closer to the shops and entertainment and those kind of things. So it might make sense if that's more what you're there for, less about the beach and more about the shops and things like that. The pools for use is on the rooftop. I don't believe you have access to the Hawaiian Village pools. It's close to the ocean. It's about a quarter mile, maybe a little bit more. It was not a problem. Just note it was hard. There was no rentals available on Red Week, so it's probably a little more difficult to get into because it's more close to shopping. It's kind of unique, and it's a little bit smaller than all the others, so probably fills up faster. There's a restaurant on site, and many locally. They have a fitness center. Parking is paid, and I believe it's $30 a night. It's pretty expensive. Actually, all of them are. So mostly that's one of the advantages. We go to Waikiki, maybe you don't need a car. Kalia Suites, they were one of the lower priced ones. Great mountain views at night. I have a 1-bedroom review available. The swimming pool, it's all the pools in the village. No specific pool, but in that building on the 4th floor, I believe it is the quiet pool with a hot tub. So it's easy access to it. It's more the adults only. It's a very short walk to the beach. Many rooms have ocean views. Even the ones with city views, you can sort of see around to the sort of the ocean, but not without leaning a little bit. Again, it was easy to book in the wintertime when I had it, and there was actually specials going on. Targets within 7/10 of a mile. It's almost right next to the Grand Waikiki, and the fitness center on the 4th floor, as is the adult pool, and parking is paid for. And now the Lagoon Tower. It's similar. It's probably the closest one to the ocean. It's right next to the Hilton Hawaiian Hotel. Ocean view available. No penthouses. You get the same access to the general pools. There's no specific pool in the Lagoon Tower. It's right by the ocean. Many rooms with ocean views. Again, this one's difficult to book because the point prices are lower. So I think between the Lagoon Tower and Kalia Suites, those are the ones that sort of fill up. The advantage is you have a 2-bedroom, whereas Kalia Tower only has a 1-bedroom and studio. Fitness centers on all the same ones shared on Kalia's Suites, and it's about 7/10 to Target, and paid parking. Okay, Grand Islander, I like that. It's the newest building, great views. I really enjoyed it. I've got a 1-bedroom review. Penthouses are available. Again, I don't go through the prices, but you can find them on the site. Swimming pool, access to the general ones. This one, though, is different. This one on the 3rd floor, you actually have access to a special pool and a hot tub just for the people. So a lot the pools in general are very crowded, but having the one alone on the Grand Island, that's a really a big plus, I think, because it was never that crowded. So you kind of had your own private pool where everybody else was sort of sharing all the other pools, and there's just a lot of people on the 30-some floors or 40 floors even sharing all the pools. So they're even crowded even at 9 a.m. Um, Amenities, there's food and shopping close by. Again, Target's in the same place, fitness centers in the same place, and the same paid parking. The one that was different was the Modern, which is a former Diamond resort. And on one level, I loved it more than all the others because it's kind of a little smaller. The pools are a little more available. They have a bar and a restaurant. The bar is up until like 11, so you can get little snacks or you can do a full restaurant. It kind of has more the feel of a hotel, even though there are one bedrooms with kitchens. They only have two burners on them, but in general, they're pretty good. They have their own fitness. They have an on-site restaurant. They have paid parking, and it's only about a half a mile to Target. So again, they have the two pools. They have the adult only. It's really not a swimming pool. It's really more a pool where you can sit in the water with. They have the lounge chairs, sort of you can sort of sit in the water. Whereas the regular pools down below, there is no jacuzzi, which is interesting. But I found it would actually, you could just sit at the pool and you could look out past all the boats and out to the ocean. So it was kind of an interesting place. It seemed more cozy, if you want to call that the word that comes to mind. Anyway, that's it for all the reviews, and hopefully this will help you decide if you want to go to Oahu and your Hilton Grand Vacations, which one should you stay at. Please don't forget to give this review a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already.